Hello all my JavaScript friends, this is TheVirtuoid, aka Mike Smith, and this is not a JavaScript video. We are doing a measurement for a YouTuber named SciManDan, and he is doing a particular science experiment where he's getting everybody across the entire globe at solar noon to be able to make the same measurement that Eratosthenes, hope I can pronounce that right, Eratosthenes, the dude who first figured out the circumference of the Earth. So basically what we're going to do today is we're going to be able to take a stick, measure the length of that stick, and then measure the length of the shadow that it makes at a particular time of the day, in this case solar noon, which is about 12 minutes from now, at least where I am located. And I'm going to kind of go through really quick what we have done here and tell you how we're going to measure it. So this is our setup. Hope you can see it here. I've got it on a nice even plane. I've got a box kind of all anchored, or a big old stick here all anchored into a box, and you can see it's already generating a very nice shadow because we got a beautiful, almost cloudless day out here today. And just very quickly, a couple of things. The first thing we wanted to do was we wanted to measure the stick itself. And the stick is approximately 2 feet. Well, it's not even approximately. I measured out the stick, and the stick is 2 feet in length. Now, unfortunately, my measuring stick does not have millimeters, and the measurements need to all be in millimeters, so I had to convert it. So each inch is 2.54 centimeters, or 25.4 centimeters. So if you multiply 24 inches by 2.54, you get, let's see if I can figure this out here, 60.96 centimeters, or 609.6 millimeters. And if you kind of take a look at the side of the thing here, it kind of goes up just a little bit above 60 feet, almost 61. So I think we can trust the measurement of that particular measurement, that we're at exactly 2 feet, or 609.6 millimeters. But we do have a slight issue here, is we do have it inside of a box. And so we also have to measure how much off the ground this particular stick is to be able to get the true height of the stick. And I went ahead and made a measurement of the box. The box itself has a little bit indentation on the very bottom. It's not flat on the bottom. It's got a little rim around the bottom itself. So not only do I have to take into account the rim, but I got to take into account the thickness of the bottom of the box itself. And so what I did was I measured the distance from the total distance of the height of the box, and that came out to be 14.4 centimeters. And then I measured the distance between the bottom of the box to the top of the box. That came out to be 13.1 centimeters. And so that means that the difference between those two is how much higher up off the ground the stick is. And so the distance of that is 1.3 centimeters, or 13 millimeters. So the total height of our stick here is, total height of the stick is 622.6 millimeters. So that gives us all the measurements we needed for that. So now the idea here is that we're going to be now measuring at solar noon, which, let's see, what time is it right now? It is 1:13 Eastern Daylight Time. So that's about 11 minutes from now. So at solar noon, we're going to be measuring, I think I can point it out here. We're going to be measuring this distance here from the edge of the box all the way to the edge of the shadow itself. And that will be the distance that we're going to measure and record. But there's also another thing we have to take into consideration here, is that, yes, the box added just a tad bit of height to the stick, but it also added a little bit of width to the stick, because you're supposed to measure from the very bottom of the stick, but I've got this little bit of an edge right here that I need to take into account. So I took the measurement of that side of the box, and it ended up being 0.6 centimeters, or 6 millimeters. So when I take the measurement here, and the measurement has to be, let's get the measuring stick out, measuring stuff out here. Not need a whole lot, because that's not a very big shadow. So when I do eventually measure this shadow, there we go, I'm going to be measuring it exactly where I'm going to measure it from the edge of the box. Let's get to the edge of the box here. Let's see if we can get it to where it's going. I'm going to stop it for a second, see if we can get it in a better position so we can get it flush with the side. Hold on. Okay, I repositioned the box to be able to get the measurement to be flush with it. So as you can tell, what we're going to do is we're going to be measuring from the very bottom of the box to the very edge of the shadow. Then we're going to be adding not 0.6, but 6 millimeters to it, and that will give us the exact distance from the edge of the stick, which is going to be, obviously, as I said before, the stick itself plus the extra 6 millimeters which is the edge of the box. So once we get those two measurements, we're going to give SciManDan the height of the stick, which we already know is at 622.6 millimeters. The shadow length, which we don't know yet, we'll know hopefully in about 10 more minutes. The location, which we'll send over to him. This time, which will be 1:24 and 42 seconds Eastern Daylight Time, which is, let's see, approximately, we're now 8 minutes away from that. And we're going to take that measurement and we're going to measure it. So what I'm actually going to do here is, once that time hits, I'm actually going to mark it first here on the thing. In fact, that's what I need to do here. Hold on one second. Let me pause the video. Okay, one of the things I forgot to do is I forgot to mark the position of the box. I have the position of the box marked. You can kind of see the old mark I made before when I had it at the wrong angle. So I've made a new mark onto the box here. So when the measurement actually occurs, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the edge of the shadow itself. Then I'm going to take the measurement here. Then I'm going to remove everything and take the measurement with the marks here. And they should be exactly the same, but I just kind of, measure it twice. And I think I hear a deer in the woods out here. That would be cool if a deer suddenly showed up and say, "Hey, how you doing?" Anyway, so that's all it really is. We think we have about 7 minutes left. Yeah, we got about 7 minutes left until it becomes 1:24 and 42 seconds. SciManDan actually gave us a link to a NOAA site that gave us the location or the exact time based upon our location. And I zoomed in far enough, I literally put the little pin in my backyard. And I got a very small backyard here, so I'm actually probably about maybe 25 feet away from where the pin was. So maybe it shouldn't be exactly 13:24:42. Maybe it's 13:24:42 in 10 milliseconds or something. So we got about 6 minutes left here. So I'm going to turn off turn off the camera until the 6 minutes are up, and then we'll turn everything back on and we'll see what happens. We'll catch you here shortly. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this! All right, first of all, I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the position of the shadow here, and I'm also going to mark the position of the shadow on the boxes. I figured, hey, I can get two measurements out of this. So our first measurement appears to be 4 and that would be 4 and a half, 4 and a eighth, 4, almost 4 and a 3/4 inches. The length of the box shadow is, dang. Let's see if we can get this right now. This is the better way of measuring it. 1 and 1/16, it looks like. Yeah, 1 and 1/16. Let's remeasure the first one. I put my phone down there, so that probably was a very jarring thing to have it go blank like that. So this one is exactly 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's actually 11/16. So I'm going to put the phone back down, and that's 4 and 11/16. So good, we got. So here we go. Yeah, so we got two great measurements, and you can see the marks on the screen, on the marks here. And if we do the marks, everything kind of just looks exactly the same. Yep, so our measurements basically were 4 and 11/16 for the shadow length, and 1 and 1/16 for the shadow length on the box, and 4 and 11/16 shadow length on the stick itself. So what we'll do now is we'll go inside. We will convert everything over to millimeters. We'll get the email together. We'll send out the email to SciManDan, and hopefully, maybe within a month or so, we'll get all the results. It's going to be a fun little video when that comes out. So, thank you all very much for watching this video. I know it has absolutely nothing to do with JavaScript, but hey, there we go. That's the way it is. This is the Virtuoid Mike Smith. Keep on coding. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel to view more videos. Click on the like button on this video and visit us at virtuoid.com. Also, support us on Patreon, where you can get access to member-only videos. Links are down below. Again, thank you very much for watching, and keep on coding.